Hi everyone. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host David Tare, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. And today I'm up to song number 2769, which is Turn Down Day by the Cyrkle. Um, this was featured on their, this came out in 1966. I believe it went to number 16. It was also featured on their album Red Rubber Ball, which came out the same year. And here's a picture of the Cyrkle early on. They were kind of a folk rock band. They got started in 1961. They were first together from 61 to 68, and then they reunited in 2016, and they're still together, I believe. And they were formed in Easton, Pennsylvania, and they have kind of an interesting history. Apparently, Brian Epstein, who was the Beatles manager, he became their manager as well in 1966. And they even and John Lennon, by the way, came up with the spelling Cyrkle. I think they were Circle before that. He came up with a spelling for their name. I guess he was pretty good at coming up with kind of alternative spellings. You did for the Beatles as well. Um, and actually, the other kind of interesting history about them pertaining to the Beatles was that they played at two of the same concerts as the Beatles. The Beatles had two American tours in 1966, and played at the Dodger Stadium first. And then later, shortly afterwards, they played at actually the last concert the Beatles ever performed at in Candlestick Park. Um, and so I think that's kind of interesting. And I'm just going to go over their discography. They only had a couple of top 40 hits. Their only top 40 hits were both in 1966. Rubber Ball was their biggest hit. That went to number two. That one's coming up much later on my list, by the way. And their other top 40 hit, which I'm featuring today, I think I mentioned that one went to number 16. That was Turn Down Day. And then they had four other minor hits. Later in 66, they had Please Don't Ever Leave Me, which went to number 59. In 1967, they had I Wish You Could Be Here, which went to number 70. We Had a Good Thing Going, which went to number 72, and Penny Arcade, which went to number 95. Those were the only hits they had. So not a lot of hits for the Cyrkle, but I think they were a good group, and I like the song "Turn Down Day." Not too much to say about it. You know, it's kind of like "Lazy Day" by Spanky and our gang. Just kind of a day where you're just kind of kicking back and not doing too much. And I think it's a good song. And I think, Circle were a pretty good group. I only know the two songs, this one and Red Rubber Ball, but I like both of them. And anyway, that concludes my feature on Turn Down Day by the Cyrkle. Thank you guys for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time. Bye.